Good morning. It's Christy Leskovac, Advanced Director in Kansas, and you are in for a treat because Sharon Zelen is going to be sharing with us some amazing booking tips. Thanks, Sharon.
Hey guys, it's Sharon Zelen in New York. I wanted to pop on and give you some booking tips. So I know you've probably heard some great ones from some of the other amazing leaders in this company, but if you can pick up just one tip from each one of the leaders that you've heard from, think about how your business can be impacted. And the best advice I can give you is you're going to hear a lot of information, but you want to at least implement one thing in your business. Because it's just like a team meeting. You can show up and get all this great information and then you go home and you do nothing. And what changes in your business? Nothing. So we all know the definition of insanity. It's doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. So if you want to really impact your business and fill your calendar, take some of the tips and ideas that you've heard this past week and run with at least one or maybe two of them. So I'm not sure what you've heard so far, but let me tell you what I do when I need bookings for my calendar. So the first thing I do, and I'm old school, I will go back to my past hosts and I will call them. I know I get on the actual phone because to me, when you make that personal connection and that person hears the excitement in your voice, there's nothing like that. So what I would do is I would go through my past hosts and I would call them up. Maybe I would start out 2 years ago and I'd say, hey, Susie, it's Sharon from the Pampered Chat. How are you? How is that beautiful family of yours? Are you guys enjoying the summer? Just make some small talk and make it about them. And then I would say, the reason I wanted to reach out to you is because we have the most amazing new fall catalog coming out on September 1st. And I am so excited about our new product line. And you were such an incredible host the last time we got you and your friends together that I was wondering if you'd want to bring the girls together maybe this time for fajitas and margaritas. I know last time we did wine, cheese, and chocolate, so I thought maybe this time the girls would like Death by Chocolate or salads and sangria or a taste of Italy. What do you think the girls would like? So I love that personal connection of reaching out to people. After I'm done with my hosts, I will then go on to guests. And I will then send that same message in a phone call to a guest. If they're not there, I leave a message. And here's the thing. I know what you're thinking. Well, nobody answers the phone. If they don't, then I will leave that same message in a text. So if they don't answer, I leave it on their voicemail. Then if I don't hear from them, I will then leave that same message in a text. Then if you're friends with them on Facebook and you haven't heard from them, you can also leave that same message in a private message. But the bottom line is this is a relationship building business, and I like to reach out personally on the phone when I can. Because I really believe that they can't get that same excitement they hear in your voice when you send it in a private message or a text. The next tip that I have for you after you do your host and your guests, obviously if you have any leads, you're going to follow up with them as well. Another great booking tip for me is fundraising. I really feel like that's a part of the business that never really gets tapped into. I probably sell $1,000 to $2,000 a month in fundraising. So you might want to do a post on social media, something like, hey, is anyone involved in a cause that's close to their heart that is looking to raise some extra money? Please private message me. And then when they do, I'll have that conversation with them. Listen, I love to do some fundraising. If you're involved with XYZ, I'd love to partner up with you and raise some money. So you can talk about a virtual fundraiser or a cooking show fundraiser, however you want to do it. But fundraising is definitely an avenue that you need to pursue to add business to your calendar. Another great fundraising tip is each one of you should be reaching out to your school district, to the travel lacrosse team, basketball, football, whatever the fall sports are, because I'm going to tell you that all of those school sports teams fundraise. Also, local dance studios in your area, dancing school, the cheerleading from school, dance line, kick line. So those are all opportunities for sales as well. So I love fundraising. And another quick tip that I have when I'm looking to add bookings is to send out a customer connection email. If you're not familiar with how to do that, talk to your director or your recruiter, especially if you've been in this business for a while. We have thousands of contacts, and that's a way to connect with all of them. So I'll just send out a customer connection email, and it sounds something like, hi everyone, I hope you're having a great summer. Actually, I apologize because the customer connection email will personalize it for you. So we'll say, hi Susie. So you can just start out with, I hope you're enjoying your summer. I just wanted to reach out to you because we have an amazing catalog coming out in September. I'm looking to add a few more cooking shows or virtual parties. I would love to come and pamper you and your friends. We have products that you've never seen before that you're going to be super stoked to get a hold of and get in your kitchen. So definitely send out a customer connection email. If you're virtual, I would say the same thing. I have a few spots available in September to add a couple more virtual parties, get you girls together online. I have some great new products to help you in your kitchen this fall season. So that's a great way to add shows as well. So definitely take some of these and run with them. Reach out to your hostesses, reach out to your past guests. Get on that fundraising bandwagon. Oh, and the last tip I want to talk to you about is actually out and about. I recently this week had to go have a lab test done. And when I went in to have an IV stuck in my arm, there were like 3 nurses in this area. And the nurse that was taking my blood, she said, I hope you had a great weekend. And I said, oh, actually, I was in Canada with the Pampered Chef. Now, I could have just said, yeah, I had a great weekend, but I wanted her to know what I did. And it's so important that you let people know that you sell Pampered Chef because everybody loves our products. So I said, actually, I was in Canada with the Pampered Chef. And she said, oh, you sell Pampered Chef? I said, I do. She said, oh, I grew up, my mom had a lot of it. All I have is the pizza stone. I said, well, it's time to get the girls together and maybe have a cooking show. What do you think your friends would like? And I started rattling off, the theme shows that I offer. And she said, well, I just had a baby and a lot of my friends are giving birth right now. Maybe I'd do something in the fall. But guess what? I purposely said it loud enough that one of the other nurses who was working on someone else said, oh my gosh, I've been wanting to have a Pampered Chef party for the longest time. I don't know if I can do it in my kitchen, she said, because we're doing some work in my home. She said, but would you ever consider doing one here in the office? We have tons of girls that work here. We have a huge kitchen here. And I think that would be a great idea. I said, you know what? I would love that. She said, let me email our supervisor now and see if he would allow it. Well, guess what? She did, and we're doing one the first week in September, a lunch party at the lab. So how great is that? But the bottom line is they wouldn't have known what I do had I not told her what I did for the weekend. So whenever somebody asks you a question, somehow get in that you sell Pampered Chef, because there is so much business out there, guys, when you're out and about and you're doing your errands, but they only know what we do if we tell them. So, okay, hopefully these tips were helpful. Hopefully you haven't heard one of them. You're going to implement 1 or 2 of them, and you can fill your calendar. The only thing standing between you and a successful business is your will. So go out and make it happen. I believe each and every one of you can have a full calendar, and have a great day. Bye-bye.